Woodman here. So I wanted to talk to you about loving someone who loves you more than you may love them. And this can be a beautiful and enriching experience for several reasons. Number one, you can sometimes feel more cherished when you're in that kind of position. Being loved deeply by someone can make you feel cherished, valued, and appreciated. Their affection and devotion can boost your your self worth, your self esteem, this sense of a positive and fulfilling relationship dynamic where you're actually feeling appreciated and wanted for who you are. It can also be a form of emotional support. When someone loves you deeply, they're often willing to go above and beyond to support you emotionally. They offer a strong foundation of love and encouragement, providing comfort and reassurance during troubling and challenging times. Unconditional care. A partner who loves you more may demonstrate unconditional care and acceptance, accepting you for who you are without judgment or expectation. Their love is genuine and unwavering, and it creates a safe and nurturing environment for personal growth as well as self expression. It also can be something that's really good for inspiring growth. Being loved deeply can inspire you to become the best version of yourself. Knowing that someone believes in you and sees your potential can motivate you to pursue your goals, overcome your obstacles, and embrace new opportunities for personal and relational growth. In other words, you will go after the important things. You will have far more rewards than living a mundane life. Balance and stability. In a relationship where one partner may love the other more deeply, there often is a sense of balance and stability. While you may not reciprocate all their feelings to the same extent, their love provides a solid anchor in the relationship, fostering stability, fostering trust, bringing about a sense of security, and also a sense of mutual respect. In other words, sometimes it's less about the feelings and it's more about the respect and admiration that you have for one another. Someone who loves you more can teach you valuable lessons about receiving love graciously and vulnerably. It allows you to open up. It requires a great deal of openness, of humility, and a willingness to let go of any fears or barriers that might hinder your ability to fully embrace love. See, the place we need to get to is the place where you take more risks, where you're actually okay with putting yourself out there. When you look at the differences in the intensity of affection, loving someone who loves you more deeply can enrich both your lives in very meaningful ways. It creates a space for mutual appreciation, for shared experiences, and a real deepening connection that transcends the imbalance in feelings. So ultimately, loving someone who loves you more can be a gift that you can definitely appreciate, which enhances your life and it deepens your understanding of love, of compassion, and human connections. It's an opportunity to embrace the beauty of being loved and to reciprocate that love in your own unique way, which fosters a relationship filled with warmth, authenticity, and mutual fulfillment. Now, of course, is it going to be this sort of once in a lifetime, fiery, passionate? I mean, that's all really up to you, right? That's your relative sense of how you perceive things, right? I mean, and don't get me wrong, I get it. There are certain connections where the chemistry is through the roof. But what you also have to keep in mind is how good is that connection? Is that connection a very toxic one? Is it one that's filled with arguments? Is it one where the person may very well turn on you and try to exploit some sort of advantage over you, right? In other words, they may say, you know what, I can manipulate this person. This person is head over heels for me. This person is absolutely gaga for me. So, you know what? Maybe today I'll give them the silent treatment. Leave them out in the cold. Leave them wondering. And then I'm going to have them eating out of the palm of my hands. You see, that's a very, very evil form of having a relationship. That's really utter and pure manipulation And so, definitely, I would like to say this to you, that when you are in a relationship where you see that maybe your partner has more love for you, that's exactly what you don't do, right? In other words, the relationship that I've been speaking about for the past few minutes is one where, okay, yes, the other person has more love for you, but you don't abuse that trust, right? Because that would just be ruthless, and that would be absolutely despicable, right? What kind of human being could respect themselves doing that to another person? Well, you'd be surprised, because a lot of human beings feel that it's always the get them before they get you thing, right? So there are absolutely people out there who will use that power imbalance for evil, and that's what we want to avoid here, right? What we want is a relationship that creates a sense of peace, tranquility, and stability, so that you both can become the best versions of yourselves, right? In other words, number one, each of you is taking responsibility on a very radical level, right? Each of you is owning up to the things that go wrong. No one is trying to play games. They'd be like, oh, what? No, me, I didn't do anything. Me avoidant. I'm not avoidant. See, if I were wrong, I would say I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong. You see, right then and there, you've got a person who not only believes they're God's gift to the planet, but they also believe that they can just say and do just about anything, and you're going to buy that BS and you're going to go for it. And that's not fair, and that's not right. Also, like I said, when you're in this relationship where you both have this mutual love and admiration for one another, you're being a good person. This other person is really going out of their way for you. It allows for you both to embrace uncertainty, right? In other words, you know, if either of you realizes, you know what, you're right about that. I don't know much about that. I probably made a mistake there. You're willing to own up to what you may be doing wrong, as opposed to a person who's just going to be like, oh, no, 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 it's not me. It's not my fault. No, no, that's on you. That's your personal problem. You see how kind of rotten that is to do that to a person? It's like, not only do you want to not take responsibility for the terrible things you do, but you want to turn on the other person to psychologically make them think they're the problem. That is despicable. Absolutely despicable. And if you're in a situation like that, run from it like the plague. I know, me personally, I will never go back to a situation like that again. If I ever come across a person and that's how they feel, you trust me, I will go through this life sleeping very well, knowing that I let that person go, because that person is absolutely what will lead to a miserable life, because you don't want to be with someone who's like that. Not at all. And so both of you have to be prepared to fail forward, which means that you're trying to grow, you're trying to advance. When you make the mistakes, you both are going to own up to the mistakes you make. If you are in this one-sided thing where the person is like, "Oh no, I can do no wrong," get rid of that person. Absolutely, get rid of them. They are terrible, and they are like the devil. You don't want that kind of person in your life, because that person is never going. You're never going to have a happy time with that person, because that person is immature, and that person doesn't understand, and that person is just going to make things worse for you. It's going to set you back. And the last thing we want to do in life is be set back. We want to move forward towards our goals positively. We don't want to deal with losers that are basically going to keep you in cycles, going around and around in circles, and you don't get anywhere, because you're both trying to advance, but the other person is acting like an absolute jerk. No way, no how, you know. And you need to be okay with rejection sometimes. But when I mean okay with rejection, I don't mean like the person is just constantly rejecting you all the time. I mean the fact that sometimes you may get your feelings hurt. Sometimes they're going to be misunderstandings. Sometimes there are going to be issues. But you gotta have a thick skin after a while, and you have to kind of just deal with it. If the person is truly sincere, then at the end of the day, they will come to understand your feelings with time, and you'll come to understand theirs, and you'll have less mishaps. But you have to kind of have this audacity and this courage and this bravery when you're dealing with this kind of situation. You have to be thinking forward about your life, planning out a roadmap, looking down the line, and eventually, at some point, what the end of the line is going to look like for you. You, you want to have a really, really long, productive, rewarding life. And you can do that with the right kind of partner. The wrong kind of partner, you will never get there. So, to these kinds of partners, they like to play games, they like to disappear and come back, they like to, have you wrapped around their finger. Get rid of them. I've had quite my share of them, and I would never go back to them again. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Please definitely keep tuning in, as your support to this channel is immensely invaluable. I love you. God bless, and have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.